God damn it. Welcome back to the Invalid Nit-Wits podcast. Goodness. We literally sat here for so long because doing the countdown, they get mad at me because I don't do a countdown. But then they laugh every time I do a countdown, and I count down from 5.
I told
And
you.
your co-hosts over here, Jakey Boy and Turtle, keep laughing. Well, it's mainly Turtle that just laughs every
reminds us
single
of my
time.
I'm not
Carly.
laughing. I'm only laughing when Alyssa laughs. Or Turtle laughs, whatever you
So
want
you're
to
a
call her.
follower.
Yeah. See, I just did it right then. I laughed because Jaden laughed.
God damn it.
Well, maybe just don't.
Yeah, facts. Just don't. Ever thought of that? He
Hey,
doesn't
don't
know.
hit.
Anyways, yes, welcome back. I recently just got off work, and we were supposed to start this like an hour ago, but yeah, some things just don't go to plan. I don't know where to go from here. You guys are supposed to talk and help me.
No.
You said you had 3 topics.
I have 2. Okay, don't try
Okay,
to put
what are your
words in my
topics?
mouth. Okay, so the first one is what are some concerts you guys have gone to, and what was like the best song from them?
Oh boy. Jacob, have you ever been to a concert?
No, Jaden's invited me to several, however, every time
I have.
he cancels it.
Which ones have I invited you to?
You think I would know? I don't go to concerts. How would I know? All I know is you invited me to like 3 of them, and then every time you cancel last minute.
I've only gone to 2.
Yeah, and you invited me to like 3.
No, because I've only gone to 2, and those were the only 2 I've wanted to go see.
I know for sure that you have invited me to multiple and then canceled.
Liar.
Are you sure it's not somebody else?
I'm certain.
Liar.
Alyssa?
What? Wait, you go first, Jaden. You're
What?
the one who asked the topic.
Okay, I suppose I'll go first. Okay. Like I said, I've only gone to 2, so obviously my 2 would be "Call Me Charisma" and "Grandson." My favorite "Call Me Charisma" song that he played there was probably "Delinquents" because it was unreleased at the time when he played it there, and then that crowd got to hear it like first or whatever. I don't know what other like. Oh no, because other people were saying like in his later ones, because we were like the third to last for like shows, and I'm pretty sure that the last whatever got to hear a different song other than "Delinquent," which I was a little upset by, but it's whatever. And then "Grandson," it was tough for me because because obviously I had the topic in mind, so I was thinking about it myself. With "Grandson," it's like his older song, like everybody knows it, "Blood Water," or one of his newer songs for his album that was like, it's called "Death of an Optimist," and his tour is called "Death the Tour." So he was mainly playing like songs from that album, but his the one that like his the first one that he dropped in that album was "Identity," pretty good as well. How about you, Alyssa? What are some
I've
concerts you
been
gone to?
to a bunch of concerts,
Name
but
like your, I guess your top 2, since I only had 2, unless you want to go 3.
I'm gonna do 3 because of the rule of 3s.
Okay.
The first concert I ever went to was a 21 Pilots concert, and that was like 6 years ago.
Favorite
And
bands?
then another one that went to is I went to a Scarlord concert. That was like, I don't know, probably how many years ago did COVID happen? It was the year before that.
So
And then
2019, I think.
Probably. That sounds about right. I went to a Scarlord concert then. And then another one that I went to Warped Tour. I don't know if that counts, but that was really fun because it's like a bunch of concerts all in one, except it doesn't exist anymore. It was very sad. It was my first and last year at Warped Tour. I would say my favorite song that they did at the 21 Pilots concert. Let me think. I'm trying to remember what songs they did. It was 6 years ago. I was in the middle of my yes, edgy. So I think they played Goner if I remember, and I remember like singing my little emo heart out. And I went with like my mom and my aunt, cause my mom is the one who got me interested in 21 Pilots.
Okay.
She had like Vessel on her phone when I used to play games on it.
Oh, okay.
And also Addict with a Pen.
That's a good one.
Yeah, my mom has taste. Um
Okay. Weird flex.
That sounded like a dig at somebody or something.
it's not supposed to sound like that. Um Anyway, I would say I'm not positive what song from that was my favorite because it was so long ago.
Okay.
But the Scarlord concert, I went when I just was like finding him, I guess. I went
Okay.
with some
Yep.
friends that were interested in him. So the only song
So
that
you're
I
just a
really knew the
follower?
lyrics to, yeah, pretty much, just like Jakey Boy Zulu. All of
Oh,
my
what got
music
me?
is from other people, but that's kind of how most music works. Like, I don't think anybody really finds music without something leading to it. Nobody has an original idea.
Yeah, those don't exist.
To be fair, I did just find like not just find like, oh wow, I just found him. But like I found him just alone. Call me Charisma, so I mean and then
Yeah,
Gavin
but
heard it from
something
me.
must have led to that path,
YouTube.
is what I'm trying to say. Um, but the only song that I actually like knew the lyrics to was Heart Attack.
Okay.
Um, at the time. So I liked that one. Actually, I knew the lyrics to Girlfriend, but he didn't play it, so
Oof.
I
You go to
remember
a
being
concert
so
and you only know
salty.
two.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I had a good time, and he like took my phone while
Oh yeah,
we were
I
there,
heard
and
his
he
concert's
recorded
pretty
a
fun.
video. It was so fun, bro. I just remember like everybody moshing, and it was so good. And I got up to like the front of the stage, and everybody was like crushing me in pretty much because I was so much shorter than everybody there. The pain the next day was worth it.
As long as you
Honestly,
think
that
so.
just sounded traumatic.
Well, I mean, when you're crushed because of a whole bunch of people crowding around you, it is very painful, but it's a
Nah.
pain that you live with. The adrenaline in the moment makes you not feel it, but then the next day you're like super sore.
Sound like you're like in like, you just can't feel it.
No.
Holy
Um,
crap, you built a big platform here.
I don't like the.
Anyways.
Anyway, I also went to Warped Tour, and it was really cool. I saw a bunch of different bands there, obviously, because it's a ton of different.
What band stuck out to you?
I saw 303, which was pretty cool. Um, and that was really fun. I'm really blanking right now on what the name of the song is, but it's like their most popular song. It played and everybody was just jamming out, and it was such a good vibe. I was like dying of a heat flash, jamming out, hiding under like my pride flag with a bunch of like girls that I didn't know that were like my age, and like one girl that I did know that just also happened to be there.
Nice.
And we were hiding underneath the flag so the sun would not burn us to death.
Fair. That is fair. And
It
that's
was
like
really
that's like
hot.
one of the few things though with that is that like you have to whether it's an indoor or outdoor venue.
Yeah, it was outdoor. It was
I figured as much,
crazy
especially with
because
what
there was
you're
like
talking about.
it was like so many people, so that made it hot, and then like it was just a genuinely hot day because it was
Oof.
like smack dab like mid to late summer when it starts to get like in the 80s, 90s. And like they didn't the water, like they had like super long lines for like these hoses where you could fill up like water bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
And most of them had stopped working because there were so many people like drinking out of them.
Okay.
So all we had was like there was a tent that had like I think it was either Monster or Mountain Dew, and they started giving away like free ones, and you had to get in line and wait there. So everybody was like dehydrated. Like it was so hazy, but it was so like everybody was vibing, dying together pretty much.
Nice. No, in my
So
concert, some drunk dude got kicked out, and that's pretty much as wild as it got.
yeah. Also like um Ronnie Radke played, and he sang like I don't know how many songs, and then like some chick fell over in the crowd, and then he stopped singing because he was like, this is getting too out of hand. Um but my phone died right as that happened, and my mom was the one who took me.
Oof.
And she was so mad because I was like right in the middle front area where all of the moshing was happening. Ugh, it was it was crazy. It
I
was a good
bet.
time.
Um, Honestly, I don't remember my second topic, so I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys.
Let's let Alyssa ramble the entire podcast away.
uh,
uh,
did
I
you have any
had a
topics? Because I know
topic.
you were
I had
saying
a
that.
topic, but I forgot it.
Oof. Hopefully you can remember that. You were saying that you're pulling up like your topics list, Alyssa, or were you just were you being a fibber?
no, I have it pulled up.
Okay.
I'm looking through to see what we did because I kind of read them out of order
Oof.
last time. Um,
Was there particular order?
yeah, it's 250.
Huh.
If you opened a business, what kind of business would it be?
Oh, easily either some sort of like small restaurant or a bakery.
What kind of things would you sell? Like what kind of
At
food
which one?
items? At either.
Well, a bakery, baked products.
Yeah, but is it mostly like dessert bakery, like cakes and stuff, or
I think I'll just have one of like a little bit of everything. Or was that not good enough for you?
no,
It's
that's
not.
fine.
Nope,
What
it's
kind
not
of
good enough.
restaurant would it be?
um, hmm. I would say more like it's gonna be like a smaller restaurant. We would sell like burgers and like just like what a restaurant would. Yes. That used to make me sound stupid, but no. Yeah, it'd be like just simple like restaurant products of like burgers or pastas or stuff like that. Like a small restaurant, but a good restaurant. You know what I mean?
Um, uh, Jaden, are you done talking?
Uh, yeah.
That
Are you
sounded
done
rude.
talking yet?
I didn't say yet, to be fair.
To be fair, you did not say yet.
Okay, Jakey. What
Um,
about
uh,
you?
to be honest, mine is probably just being taken from my one of my favorite YouTubers, but what they said they would do. Not sure though. Um, I would want to make a like pasta restaurant or Italian restaurant if I had to open up a business. That's the sort of business I'd want.
Fair.
With the
I think
specialty
Italian
being
restaurants would be
penne
cool.
rigate, because that's my favorite pasta. Um,
Wait,
Also,
which
I
one?
just want to address for the audience, since it would annoy me at this point. We've referenced the fact that we're doing something in off to the side multiple times. We're currently playing Minecraft
Oh yeah, probably
while
should
doing
have.
this. Yeah, it was just annoying me that they would have no idea of just hearing us saying "don't hit" and stuff like that.
Fair.
Also, I'm hearing myself twice right now.
I don't know. I was hearing you twice as well, but it went away. Well, so what kind of restaurant? What kind of business would you have?
I would open an ice cream truck because there's not enough of those nowadays.
Oh yeah, I always wanted one of those to come around as a kid. Like,
It'd be cool. I saw something on TikTok where it's like an ice cream truck that sells regular ice cream for like kids, and then it also sells like alcoholic beverages, alcoholic ice cream,
Oh yeah,
not
running a
ice
food
cream, but
stand. I
like
think that'd be fun as
popsicle
well.
for adults. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that'd be fun.
I'd agree with that. That would be
ice
fun.
cream truck that caters to both adults and kids.
Yes, I think that's an amazing idea.
It
I
would
think
make a
running just
good
like a
profit.
mobile like food stand would also be fun. I guess that's another business I'd probably open.
Not having to stay in one place.
Yeah.
But the permits on that stuff is so like
Yeah.
annoying.
It's because like an inspector can't just like follow an address. They have to find you. I think that'd be like the only reason why you have to go through so much. Oh, I remember my other topic. Let's go. So my other topic was, is there any sorry, I was reading
um
something in Minecraft chat. Uh if you could go if what's a I'm sorry. Let me restart that sentence. If you could go back to like when you were practicing a certain what's it called? Like a hobby, I guess. Like I could answer it like let's say cuz I used to practice beatboxing just for the fun of it, and I think that would be something I'd want to like go back to. Like what are I want I don't like I think hobby is a good word for it, but I don't think hobby is the word I'm looking for. Okay, good talk.
Oh, that was an actual question.
Yeah, like what's
Okay.
what's a hobby you'd go back to
Oh.
that you used to do?
Oh.
We're just gonna go with the word hobby. I don't remember the other word.
um hobby's a weird thing to answer, because when you say hobby you used to do, you don't really do hobbies as like
I know,
a
but
kid or
I don't
anything.
remember what the other word is. and that's my issue. So we're replacing the word with hobby right now.
um, uh, Back when I was really young and lived in a different neighborhood than I do now, um, uh, I would, after I was done playing, I would go over to like the hill next to my old house and just lay there for like a good hour or two, pretty much every day. And then it got destroyed. For a new house to be built that was like 10 times better than any other house on the street.
So you would like to go back to just laying on the street?
On the hill.
On the hill, sorry,
Different.
my bad.
Yes. That was my favorite hill, and they just destroy it for rich people.
Sometimes you do what you gotta do. It
Well, them rich
is what it
people just gotta
is.
stop existing.
Okay. Did
Alyssa,
you remember your
you were
topic or
saying
no? Oh.
Wow, nobody
Um,
else answers, and you instantly go.
Oh yeah,
my
sorry. I
hobby.
forgot that. Let's not go.
And you.
I said I went.
I don't know. I
Mine would
miss
be
like
beatboxing. I'd like to
I
practice
miss.
beatboxing again. It was fun.
I used to live in a trailer park near where we grew up, and I miss just being a hooligan in the trailer park.
Climbing over church fences to get to the um playground.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
that was always fun doing that in the old neighborhood.
Legally.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
YouTube.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
we were like what,
Spotify.
5?
You were probably like 5.
Oh yeah, you would be like 7 then. Um, uh, but yeah, they always had the park next to the church locked down on all times except for during funerals, which was stupid.
Oh no.
So
How dare somebody grieve their loss?
so you had to climb over like a 7-foot fence if you ever wanted to.
It was
Um,
not 7 feet.
it was pretty tall.
It was
It
like
was
4
taller
feet
than me.
maybe.
It could be
You
4
were
feet.
young. You were like 5 years old.
Yeah, so like 20 feet, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think I was like 20 feet tall when I was 5?
No, because you're like you're what? 5'2", not 5'2", 5'4", I would say. Now shrink 15 feet.
I have a question.
They
What's up?
say
Oh
you
wait,
shrink
never
when you get
mind.
older. What's the question?
Never mind. It was a
No, what was
stupid
your
question.
question? There's no
Nope,
such thing as stupid
say the
questions here.
question.
I
Say
was
the
gonna ask if
question.
PvP is off.
A little off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a stupid question. Also because I knew the answer.
What's next on your little list of topics?
Um, let's see.
Gotta. We just.
Jakey, you might have already answered this one. I don't know, but where is the most beautiful place you've been? You don't have to give like an exact location cuz no doxing, but like
Washington.
describe it.
Most beautiful place.
Yeah.
Like like
Mm,
Washington, like with the hills. That like in the hills, especially when it's snowing.
Isn't Washington like? Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, you better
I
stop
was gonna
yourself
say
before.
something.
I am
R.I.P.
a
if we have any
very
Washington viewers. I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
I'm a very detached person. So that one's a
The
little
best place
harder
he's
to
been is
answer
his
for me.
dream.
Um, uh, Actually, probably, but but yeah, I'm a very detached person. So if I look at beautiful scenery, I'll go like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and then I'll forget about it like the next day.
I was wondering. I didn't know if it counted as like you already answered it, cause didn't. I mean, I was half paying attention because we're playing Minecraft while we're doing this podcast. Um, but didn't you say something about like the hill or something?
Yeah,
Hills?
but I
Oh,
wouldn't call that the most beautiful. It was just a place that I liked because it was like right next to my old house, and it was just a nice place in general.
Okay,
how
But I
chunk.
wouldn't call it like beautiful.
valid.
Food.
Alyssa, where's your most beautiful place that you've been?
Most beautiful place that I've been.
Yep.
That's a good question.
It was your
Uh,
question.
uh,
The attention span on this one.
you guys are the ones who thought it'd be a good idea for me to join you on Minecraft during this. You set yourself up for failure. You set me up for failure.
I would never.
Um, the most beautiful place that I've been is probably There's a place that my aunt used to go to college to in Minnesota. I don't remember where.
Uh,
Actually, I do remember where, but I'm not gonna dox where she went to college. But it was really pretty. There were a lot of like flowery trees and apple orchards and like the scenery, the
yeah.
buildings, all of that.
Yep.
And it didn't look like a typical like college town. Like unfortunately, when I picture like college towns, I picture like frat towns. Like
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like exactly what you when you're saying is like when you picture a college town, everybody has like that one image in their head is where it's like a bunch of houses near each other and dorm and obviously like the school and like parties.
like if Monsters University, if the town from that with like a bunch of banners and stuff from the houses saying the different
Yeah.
like sororities and fraternities and all of that.
That's what you picture?
What do
If
you
I
picture?
hear I mean, Jakey, you have a little bit different of a picture from it because you went to college versus I went to a like community
No, I'm
college
not
and
saying
I
what you
dropped out.
picture is wrong. I'm asking that's what you're saying you picture. I wasn't trying to insinuate that I think it's wrong because it's
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I picture. You seemed so shocked and like disturbed.
That's what you.
I know how he came out. I was aware of how it came out the moment I said it. I sort of wish one of us um uh, was recording the Minecraft so we could just have it in the corner of the podcast. Like
I
a
bet
tiny
Jaden could
I could do
edit that
that.
in quick.
We're not gonna.
Uh, RIP our YouTubers.
because they're hearing about the Minecraft but they're not seeing any of it.
Maybe someday they'll get the privilege of seeing our sky factory.
Yeah, honestly, just get more
Maybe.
privileged.
But yeah, Washington. It's just like whether you go there in the winter or the summer. Like I have a grandma that lives like out of the city and everything, so that's usually like when we drive like up the hills and everything or up the mountains. And
Vicky, I think you need to eat.
they are a
Yeah,
I'm
I
lot of
sorry
asked
to
you
fun.
for
interrupt you.
food before, and you didn't give me
Not that
anything.
fun.
You threw an
Sorry.
egg at me.
They're very beautiful in the summertime and wintertime when it's snowing. In between, meh, but
Not a very good kitchen wench. Ah,
um, any more topics? Turtle.
yeah. Give me a second. Oh,
I think I know the title for this podcast episode, though.
What's the title, huh?
A little distracted.
Sure, we can go with that. I'll
I
probably
my
surround it
vote
something like
is
that.
get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Can you stop throwing eggs?
I don't know what to do with them. You gave me a bunch of eggs, so I tried to throw them at you, but it doesn't hurt you when I throw eggs at you.
You juice
What's
them.
the topic?
Um, Jaden interrupted me. Uh,
Jaden, you know she can't be interrupted.
where is the worst place you've been stuck in for a long time? Again, you don't have to say the exact place, but like
Oh,
describe
I
it.
have an
I
answer for
have an
this
answer
one.
as well.
Yeah, I instantly have an
You can
answer.
go ahead, Jacob.
So, my grandma is a little crazy.
Oh,
And by little, I mean a lot crazy. Um, but anyways, she once we went to the store. I think it was like at a strip mall or something. Um,
okay.
and she told me I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and left me in the car. This was when I was young. Like you're not supposed to leave kids in the car at this age young.
Oh.
Um, and uh, and she left me there for about 3 hours.
Sheesh.
Inside the car, I was terrified. I called my parents. I called my mom, and my mom was like, "Duck down, duck down. We don't want your grandma being called on, like, for the police. Don't want the police being
Yeah.
called on my grandma." So I was like told by my parents to duck down the whole
Instead
time.
of like, get out of the car or you might die. like,
And I
No.
called my parents every like hour or so of it, so about 3 times. Um
Okay.
and yeah, it was just terrifying. Like being all alone, scared of the cops. Just
Jeez.
uh, inside a car that was getting hotter.
I think my worst place that wait, the question was like worst. What was the question?
the worst. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay,
the
so it's the
the
worst.
question, yeah, it's where's the worst place you've been stuck in for a long time, or that you've been
Um,
stuck for a long time.
sorry. uh no, the worst place I've been stuck is when I used to work at the pizza place and I was delivery driver. I literally got stuck
I
in
remember
a
this.
customer's driveway. It was during the winter time, so like there was a lot of snow. And it was just after like it snowed heavily and then it like rained and then it snowed again. So it was like ice pretty much. And so
Oh,
I get down there, no problem. I wasn't sliding or anything. I was like, all right, I feel confident in this one. I give them the pizza. There's a little bit more to this story, but I probably don't need to explain it. But um, I get back. I try going up the hill once. I was like, fuck. I was like, maybe I just needed more of a head start because I didn't have that much of a head start. So I back up. I go as far back as I can. I just go as fast as I can. I hear a little tire slippage, so I let go on the gas a little bit so I can catch it. And I'm going as fast as I can up this hill. I just couldn't make it. Their hill was too steep, and my tires did not have enough traction. And then at some point, I started sliding right. I was like, oh, so I stopped. And then it required me to go back, inform them, hey, I'm kind of stuck in your driveway. I might be here for a bit. And then I called one of the owners because one of the owners were working, and he has like a big truck he can pull with. Turns out my car doesn't have very many places for it to be pulled by. Otherwise, it's just gonna like rip the bumper off. So the customer actually had to get out on his quad that has a snowplow on it, and he had to pretty much plow off like the layer of ice. And then I got maybe like 75% of the way up there after he did that, and then I was they had to like come up there, go up there and push me, and then they pushed me, and then they started talking, and I was like, "What just happened? Did I just make friends out of the owner and this dude that I was stuck in the driveway with?" No, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't spectacular being there, but I was there. Yeah. Turtle?
Okay.
I don't have an answer to this question. I've never really been stuck in a place that I'm willing to talk about being stuck in. So
Okay.
I have no comment.
Interesting. I expected
Um,
the one to propose the question to have an answer for it.
no, that's not always the case. What are you gonna do if you go to an interview? Then, like, they're gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna be like, "What's your answer to the question?" Like, when are you gonna job someday?
Yeah.
Like, so you work here, but what would your question? What would your answer be to
What
this
past
question?
experience do you
What
have in the field?
Yeah, what past experience have you had?
Or like,
And then
how
I'll
Why
much
not?
would
answer.
you how much do you get paid out of this job?
How much would you like to be?
There's certain interview questions that they always show on TV that I don't understand why they're asked if they're actually asked in real interviews.
Like what?
Um, like the question, why do you want this job? I don't understand that question. Obviously, it's either for
Because
experience or for money, and then either way, I
it's
don't
all
see what the
about
problem is.
it's all about the way that people answer the question. Like, obviously people are wanting it for experience or money, but it's all about, like, if you're like, "'Cause I want money," they're not gonna pick you over somebody who's like, I thought this job was the best job out of the options we have available. I'm really interested in the company,
Oh,
So
etc.,
you do that
basically,
a
they're
lot
etc.
measuring
easier than I do.
how good you are at BSing them. So
Pretty
they're
much.
Pretty
measuring how good of
much.
a liar you are.
That is their goal.
That seems like a good person to hire, the one who's lying to me.
Yeah,
Yes, and also,
duh.
Jaden, give me my whole inventory that you took from me.
Oh, I put
Get
it all in
called
the
out.
chest. So I was like, why did all this stuff get in my inventory? And so I just threw it in the chest. Um. Okay. Well, I guess you don't have to answer. I mean, it's up to you. You can continue
Wait, what was the
with
question?
your
Yeah, what was the question again?
the questions where you got stuck. Or the worst place you got stuck.
Oh, Yeah.
Oh, we're still on that
I didn't know if
question?
I said another
We
one
were
since
on that
then.
question. No, we got on the topic of like job interviews. But
Okay. Um,
I mean, hey, what's it was podcast without getting a little sidetracked. I know.
if you could learn the answer to one question about your future, what would the question be?
Uh, will full dive VR become a thing by the time I die?
Fair. Um,
Because I want that to be a thing.
I think I would. I think I would ask like, where do I make it like 20 years from now? Like and that will tell me whether I'm on the right track or not.
I wouldn't ask that because that sounds like a very disappointing question to hear the answer to.
Oh no, it probably would be, but I'd be okay with it.
Uh,
You're telling me you wouldn't?
yes.
That's why we
What
can't
would
be
your
friends.
question be, Jakey Boy Zulu?
He said.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
I
what was it?
answered.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, here's this as well.
I said that I would want to know if full dive VR becomes a thing by the time that I die.
What's that?
Um, uh,
Like, have you ever seen SAO?
Yeah.
That.
it's that.
Oh.
If you don't understand what it is from SAO, then we're gonna have you rewatch SAO.
No, I understand. I think.
And if you haven't watched it in the audience, go watch it right now.
Only watch the first season. The other ones aren't important. I haven't seen them either.
I mean,
Fair.
they're all pretty good. Second season could use some work, in my opinion, but
Yeah, that is true. The second one could use some work.
um,
What about you, Turtle? What's the question in life that you would want answered?
that's a good question. I
it's your question. Are you complimenting yourself?
Yeah, that is a good question, isn't it?
Giving yourself a little pat on the back there?
It's called self-validation. Maybe you should learn it. Um, I would probably ask, when am I going to retire? Just so I can like look forward to it. It'll give me
Hopefully,
something to kind
hopefully
of look
never.
forward in the future. When will I
Hopefully
retire?
never.
Why
Pe-
hopefully
People
never?
who people who retire live shorter lives than people who don't retire.
I feel like that's cap. I feel like you learned that on Facebook.
No, it's a statistic. It's because they're no longer as active, so their bodies just stop functioning quicker.
Uh, I don't know. In this economy,
In this economy.
What the fuck?
What's that supposed to mean?
that's that's one of my favorite things to like randomly add into conversations. Good weather in this economy. That's when people bring up the weather for small talk.
Okay, I have a question, I guess. So if there's a game that you guys could go like back to during the release, but still having all the knowledge that you have now of the game, what game would you go back to play on release?
Do I have to pay release day prices?
No,
Bitcoin.
it's not a game.
The game of a life, Bitcoin edition.
It's a stock market game.
um,
Yes.
hmm.
I think
The horse races.
That's just if you're gonna pick gambling, you gotta pick a gambling game at least, like at those big casinos with the jackpots or something like that.
I honestly, mine would probably have to be either Apex or Valorant. One of those two.
And why?
That wasn't part of the deal.
Too late.
And why, Jaden? Come on.
Do you have a reason that you're hiding it?
No. I guess
Then
the
answer the
reason why I would want to go relax. Answer the
Wait,
goddamn
what did
question.
Melissa say?
Answer the goddamn question, or I'll kill your family.
I heard tickle your family.
Oh
Which,
my god.
Um,
I would probably go back to Apex because if I knew like how good the game would have kept going, then I probably would have played it more and like probably done more ranked. Because we're going back with the same knowledge I have now, and I know how good certain guns are, what guns are gonna come out, what people are gonna come out, this that,
sure you do.
and okay. And knowing like how good a certain gun is completely changes the way you play the game and like how everybody plays the game. So if I go back and I play like with the R301 and Wingman before people knew that the R301 and the Wingman were so good, then I would be dominating every single game because those guns were found out maybe in like season 3, and that's when
you would
everybody
be
like was taking like my pretty much my
you would be the
loadout.
new Ninja Blevins. You'd become famous for it.
I probably would.
You'd be known as an amazing player.
Yeah, until all the amazing players now just get completely better than me.
Well, not only would you get like you'd have so much more experience in the game. So
That is
the
true.
only room you have is to go up. Like you're continuing to go up while they start from the bottom. It's
Yeah.
really hard for them to get better at you when you're that many leagues
Better at
ahead of
me.
Better at
everybody.
you.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I meant better than you.
True. Like I used to run the Wingman and the PK, and nobody ran that. And like I straight up was the only single person that you would run that. And I would find like maybe one person using the PK and maybe like one person using like the Wingman. But I would get
Yes,
that every
I
single
understand what
round.
you mean.
The Wingman is a pistol in the game, which does like 45 damage a shot. And then there is the PK, which is just short for Peacekeeper, which is a shotgun. Yeah.
Yes, that clears up a lot.
It does.
I'd hope so.
But if I could go back in that game and do all that, especially with all the movement that I know, with like tap strafes and all of that,
Hey, stop. Don't hit.
I feel like I'd just be able to be really good at that game, and I would like to see where I actually get with my actual like rank, because that's the thing with the ranked games is that like it bases you off of when you like first started, and I feel like if you could go back to like pretty much start a new, like whole new account with a uh talent that you have, you could see exactly where you'd be placed now at the time. And I feel like that'd be fun to see in that. And obviously, I'd just be absolutely shitting on kids because they don't know how to play the game, and I do. What about you guys?
Melissa?
Now that I think
Honestly,
about it, I would actually like make the community because I'd be like, "Yo, check out this movement that I found." Anyways,
I don't really have a game that I care that much about being better than everyone at.
well, it's not being better. It's more of just like, um, having the
Like,
knowledge and being able to do things.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
well, I already know everything, so.
Okay.
Jakey's already better than everyone.
I mean, look at my name. It's JC. I'm the original JC. Like,
JC?
yeah, Jacob Christensen, Jesus Christ, same person.
Oh, I thought you were just like saying your name weird, and I was like, what?
What? No.
No. Okay, Jacob, what about you? Is there a certain game you'd go back to for the knowledge? It could
not,
be, it could either be
not really.
playing better than everybody else or just having the knowledge.
Well, even with the knowledge, I wouldn't play better than most people. I actually suck pretty bad at most games, but
I feel like
Don't say that about yourself.
I feel like I I was gonna say I kind of agree with Jakey, but it would be the wrong timing. I agree with Jakey in a sense of like, for myself, I feel like I don't have enough knowledge in video games to make that much of a difference from when I first started playing them.
Well, if you went back on like, if either of you went back on like the release of like Valorant, you would know like all of like sage walls, for example. You would know like where people like to like rats. People like to sit and just wait for you. You know all this information that you just don't really think about because it's just subconsciously. You would have that crosshair placement compared to everybody else, even if it's like at the stomach, and you'd have all of like the gun knowledge that everybody had. I mean, that everybody has right now, but that no one knows. You'd understand like how every agent works.
Mm.
be able to earn a good sum of money by betting what the new agent's gonna be because we already know it. You gotta think about how to make money doing it.
Jacob's our new financial advisor. That's what I'm hearing.
So there's no game after what I just said. You wouldn't even like go back to Valorant?
I don't know. I feel like we're not that many leagues. I feel like even if we went back to Valorant, knowing like crosshair placement, what guns we prefer, agents coming out, etc., I feel like we wouldn't be that many leagues ahead of everybody, especially with like the games that are similar to Valorant. Like, wasn't CS:GO before Valorant, and it's essentially
Yeah.
the same thing besides abilities.
Even so, though, and a lot of people, the thing with Valorant is that a lot of people didn't know what certain characters did. You would have all that. You would understand because most people, you could there. A lot of people don't know the sound cues yet, like you do.
Yeah. I just feel like they're simple to pick up on.
Oh yeah, for sure. But if you played it on like release day, you would have so much more knowledge.
For like the first week. I would rather, okay, my take on the question that I feel would be more useful to me answering would be like,
And it doesn't have to be for competitive reasons either. It doesn't have to be do anything with that. It could just literally be like on the day of release if you want to like play it on day release. Doesn't have to strictly be like competitive games.
I guess I've never like followed a game release very well. So that's kind of why I don't have a very big opinion. Like I
Yep.
just find out about games through friends
Hmm.
that are like, "Yo, you should play this game." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll try it." Probably won't play it
I
that much.
suppose. Valorant.
Why would I ever spend that much money on a game?
Yeah, who does that?
That
Just
I'll only
Jaden
play
spending
once
like
and then never again.
$500
I would
on
never.
every
It's
game.
I
sarcasm.
would never. How dare you guys?
Hey, to be fair, it's easy to spend money on things that don't actually matter. I'm pretty sure I spent
You
at
might spend money
least
on me.
5. Shut up. Don't be edgy. I'm pretty sure I spent like $7 on Among Us, and now look at me now. I never play it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
not
feel like it's a
edgy if it's
lot. I feel like
true.
it's super easy to like spend money on like things that cost like $1.99, and then next thing you know, you've already spent like $50, and you're like, shit.
It's like when you go to Walmart and you need like one thing, but you're like, hey, adding this like $2 item, it won't hurt. And then like $300 later, not $300. I don't go that crazy. Imagine being
Sheesh.
rich. But like $90 later, you're like, shit, that's a lot of
A lot
$2
of
items.
cash.
The most embarrassing thing is when you don't realize like how far or how much you've added, and then you get to the thing and it's like more than you have enough money
Oh
to spend
yeah.
on it, and you have to like either like it's one thing to put them back, but once you've already rang them in, especially at like Walmart, once you've already rang them in, then you have to have like if you're at the self-checkouts, you have to have like the people help you there.
Oh yep.
You can't just take it out yourself. So embarrassing. One time I was at a grocery store that is near our local Walmart, and I got a donut, and a donut is like 50 cents. I was stopped there to pick up tomatoes for my job,
Okay.
and I picked those up, and then on a separate purchase, I ring up a like 50-cent donut.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you talking about this.
And then my card declined. So I had to give it back to the checkout person, and they were so mean about it too.
Imagine not off.
Imagine not having 50, it was like 57 cents or something like that. Imagine not having 57 cents in your bank account.
Feels bad.
It was bad. Shout out to my lower middle class people.
Do you have another topic? Will be the last one. So pick a juicy one. Sometimes I hate when you guys just go quiet. It's like deafening. It's like, what happened?
Oh, it's
I'm looking at my list. Give me a minute.
For a
One.
second, I thought she muted.
Imagine.
What are your top 3 bucket list items?
Zayden, you start answering first
What the fuck? Why me?
because you think faster than me.
Because I lost the game, so it's Jaden.
Okay. Whatever. I guess first thing is I want to go skydiving. I think skydiving would be cool. I would like to buy a house for my parents. And I would like to own a what's it called? American Alaskan Eskimo or something like that. I don't know, American Eskimo or something like that. Miniature American Eskimo is what it's called.
Please explain what you mean by that.
um, probably shouldn't. Pretty much, it's a dog that's very floofy, and if you don't know what it looks like, I recommend looking up a picture. It's we used to have one, and then we were getting a house that we couldn't have a dog in, so we had to get rid of the said dog. Those dogs are cool, and they're like very friendly and protective, and they're very they bond very well.
Nice. Jakey?
Like Jaden said, own a house. It wouldn't have to be anything big, in
I
my
didn't say
opinion.
own a house. I said buy my parents.
Oh, buy your parents' house.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, for me, probably buy a house, not just what most people do. What's it called?
Rent.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be big for me. Like a lot of people want like a big house for their first house.
Yeah.
Big
Um,
houses are scary.
Okay.
Continue.
Melissa, you're easy to terrify.
There's just so
Uh,
many empty rooms.
What's gonna be in those rooms? Inform me.
No, Jakey's answering a question.
I want to know what's gonna be in those rooms, though.
What's
I don't know.
gonna be in
Nothing.
those rooms,
Just
huh?
furniture.
Okay, then what are you terrified of?
And you're alone.
She's scared of the clown mask guy in the basement.
100%.
Oh my gosh. You're lucky I don't live in my parents' house anymore.
Why?
Because you can't just go around saying things like that, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob.
um, uh, like in a previous question, I said that my question for my future self would be if full dive is invented. Well, if that's invented, then I imagine that would be expensive, and that would be one of my bucket list items to be able to buy that.
Okay.
Um, uh, and then the third one, I have absolutely no idea.
Valid.
Melissa?
I don't know what my top 3 are, but here's some. I can say some like 3 random ones that are on my bucket list. I don't have a particular order really for my bucket list, I don't think. One of them would be to get one of those machines that makes like clouds indoor, like actual like clouds, like you see up in the sky.
Oh yeah.
I really want to feel a cloud. I know it's just gonna feel wet.
Yeah, that's all it's
Like
gonna
it's
be.
not gonna be anything else. But I like some people want to like eat things that aren't supposed to be eaten because of the texture. I just want to feel a cloud. I want to feel an
Turn on your
IRL
sink.
cloud. No, it's not the same. Cause it's gonna feel less dense than water.
Have you ever been hit with mist? The mist tab on the hose?
Yeah, but
That's
it's
not the
Probably
but then
same.
it's
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 going
probably gonna
less
feel
at
like
dense
you.
that.
It's
than
not
that.
just sitting. Like there's a direction to
You
it.
know how wet your house would be?
You know, that is a risk I'm willing to take.
You
And
know,
it doesn't
Katie,
have to
you
be
sound
in
very
my
negative
house.
right now.
What if it's just like in my garage or something? Or like what if I
Was your
what if
garage
I
taller?
what if I got one of those like little domes? Oh, that's another bucket list item. I'll kind of join it together. What if I got one of those like little domes, kind of like they do the Star Labs? I want to get one of those. That's my second bucket list item. But
Yeah,
what
that'd
if
be
I
pretty
got
cool.
something like that? Um, and just put like a big old cloud in it. And it's just like if you don't have any of the tech stuff in it, you don't have anything to worry about because it's just a big like
You can't keep a cloud
plastic
in a
ball.
ball.
Why
It'll
not?
evaporate.
Not if it's not too hot. You just got to keep it at the right temperature. Right air pressure, right temperature. It's like a hamster ball. I need a hamster ball.
Why do you need a hamster ball?
A human hamster ball.
And
Jaden,
why?
are you saying you don't want a human hamster ball?
Oh, that's another thing. I want to do the human like hamster ball race things. Like I want to try the water ones where you're like in water and you go.
Ah.
That was a loud yawn. And you like go down a water slide thing.
Oh, yep.
But I also want to try the one where you're like racing down like a hilly, grassy area and trying to run in them, but actually you end up like falling so much. That sounds like so much fun.
Interesting.
Well,
We're all tired. You can hear it with the fact that we're all yawning.
I haven't yawned. I'm
I think
built
since we've
different.
all answered, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the end of this podcast episode. You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought, to be honest. I mean, it could have gone better, obviously. But I feel like with the minor distraction, like, we still answered the questions and got everything down. So, I mean, it wasn't like too bad.
Let us know if this annoyed you and
Yeah.
we should never do it again.
You know
Let
what?
us know if this didn't
Don't
annoy
get this
you and it
don't get
made
this
things
likes
more
up.
entertaining.
Let's see how many dislikes we can get.
Dislike if you think we're stupid and we need to quit while we have the time to. Like
well,
if you think that we should keep going.
well, there's no disagreement on us being stupid, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still the and part.
All right. Well, yep, that was the Invalid Nitwits. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Uh
I felt very invalid this episode.
I felt very dumb this episode. and but we will catch you. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.